and this is another stream of the Stanley Parable 2. Yeah, the Stanley Parable 2. With Voice and Head.
Hey.
Hello, Voice and Head.
Hello, Mimicdrip.
Hello. So, we have multiple goals. I think. I don't know. Do we? Do we have multiple goals?
I can't pinpoint the specific goal that we have. Other than to get an ending.
Current time. Nope. Wait, no, that's PM.
Would you look at that? It's kind of broken on your stream.
What?
It says if you're saying this, the game either isn't.
Oh, that's because I forgot to press the button. I'm just entering the time. I forgot to press the button because I have a button that's set. What?
Yeah, sorry, I was watching the stream while watching you play.
Well, I'm currently watching the Discord stream or watching the Twitch stream.
Okay. While you do that, allow me to read this 1991 dictionary cover to cover.
Oh no, it was 1 minute. It changed 1 minute. Hang on. It says, hang on. Before we start, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously and just leave the clock at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know you care about this experience you're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're saying are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the stream, just set the time. Just set the clock to your favorite time. I don't know why, but I have trouble reading things. Go ahead, pick whatever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now.
I like 12 o'clock.
I like midnight. So, what was our goals again?
Yeah, a cool ending or something.
And then there was that one joking goal when I was just ranting about how random stuff happened.
Yeah. Also,
oh, and I got the achievement, welcome back.
Were gone.
Yeah.
What could it mean?
Plant!
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh,
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Sorry, I was just letting the read talk. Streaming today, you're one step further away from getting the super go outside achievement.
Darn.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
I want to try and get to the floor.
Calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room.
Now, here's my idea.
Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there.
But Stanley
nope, that didn't work.
Path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death. That they
Why
might
can't I
die in
skip
one another's
this?
arms.
You literally said you would add a skip button. Dude.
I'm glad that the new title screen wasn't
All
just
of his
a gag.
co-workers were gone.
Yeah,
What
it's
could it mean?
actually the new
Stanley
title
decided to
screen.
go to the meeting room.
Yeah, I
the
know.
good old
I'm
bucket.
very glad
Just
about that.
Stanley and the bucket. off on another thrilling adventure together.
I'd much rather have like
Stanley clutched the
Parable
bucket
2.
tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh yeah. Also, I wanted to jokingly do a press conference about the number 3.
Oh yeah.
I only know one place with the number 3 other than right here. This is a nice number 3. It's stairs.
That's
Something to do with
very
stairs. Only one other place with the number 3 other than all the doors that have 3 on them. One place with a 3 that I can press.
Walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Well, now that I think about it, 2 places with a 3 that I can press, but they're each on the same path.
I like the number 8.
I know, I like the number 8 too.
Stanley was once
but
again
also
stunned to discover not an indication of... The bucket did not react, except perhaps a tiny glow of warmth.
Wait, what?
Subtle, yes, but an unmistakable spark from somewhere deep within.
What's this about? Oh, hey, there's a camera there.
Oh, yep.
Look, it's a 3.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Yeah, because you never told me.
The bucket knew all along.
No, it's that I knew all along.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
But seriously, if we can do this press conference thing again, but this time, it's going to be... Oh, you saw that, right? There was one of the tiny Stanley figurines.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
But yeah, so let's take a bucket to the press conference and make it be about the number 3.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3.
I told you!
Back so I can try pressing the number 3 again.
I really like the number 3.
The bucket said nothing.
See? I told you. Hello? 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 Oh, it's gone. Hello? 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 Are you still there?
Did I miss anything? I'd go get some
Yeah. I went back up the elevator and he started saying, "Hey, can we go back up? I want to check out the number 3 button."
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He
See?
took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and... Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life.
See?
Stanley
I told
looked
you.
expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
Oh, the number 3 is pretty cool.
I told you it would be the number 3. I didn't actually expect it to be the number 3, but it was.
Mm-hmm. Just like how you said last group. Anything you
Perhaps the
mentioned
bucket
goes
had
into
missed
the game.
something. Perhaps it
what?
had not seen how much joy Stanley
like how
got
you
from
said
slamming the
last
number
group.
3 repeatedly.
Anything you say or I say comes into the game.
A
Almonds.
hint of regret
Almonds,
nagged in the back of
fucking-
Stanley's mind.
Almond.
Should he demonstrate the number?
What was
No,
the
no, no, no,
chair's
no,
name?
said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me.
What
you
was
and
the,
I have been through
well,
so
what did we call
much
the chair?
together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel
Gerald?
the
Oh, yeah,
happiness I
Gerald.
feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said
You put the
nothing.
spinny ones Jimmy's.
Yeah, the Jimmies.
Mm-hmm.
Those poor Jimmies. Oh, by the way, the statue disappeared. I'm pretty sure it's because I think this technically counts as
Here
a
we go,
separate
said Stanley.
area.
This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears, and the whole time he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence.
8.
Crushed by a wave of dejection,
Yeah.
Stanley returned to the elevator. Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew
What
that
is
there
wrong
must
with
be a
him?
way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Yeah, there has to be a solution.
Yeah. Exactly.
The solution is going back up and showing them the number 3 properly.
Yeah.
Is this faster? Well, I mean, it just immediately cut.
So yeah, it would.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over.
I told you!
He
I
would
told you I
elaborate
would
fully on what the
somehow
number
find a
3
way to
meant
do
him,
it.
and why he felt
You
so
know,
alive
I
when
feel
pressing
like
it.
you've
Then
seen
the
this
bucket would
ending.
be able to see his joy through the eyes of
Nah.
others. It would get to see the world
Yeah.
react to this
Well, I knew there was a
discovery
press
of
conference
Stanley.
ending and there's a
And it would
bucket
be through the
version of
public
every
eye
ending,
that the
so I
bucket
just said a
would
random
finally
number.
Understand Stanley's work.
Because I knew that there would be another, most likely another kind of press conference, so I just made up a random concept for it to be about.
Yeah.
For months, he advertised
it's the
and
same-
marketed
it's the
his
same
press
stuff.
conference, building excitement around
It's
it,
the same
developing and
area.
rehearsing it until it couldn't be
same
refined
woman
a single
laughing
measure
over
further.
Tyler.
Yeah.
When the big
So
day arrived,
so apparently I've
Stanley
advertised
was
this a
as
lot.
prepared as
I
he'd
advertised
ever
this
been
so
for
much.
anything in his life.
Wait. Yeah, apparently I advertised this so much. Hey, he came.
This was it.
Gerald.
Gerald.
One last chance to win the bucket over.
Dressed up Gerald.
One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
Yeah.
There was no one here.
Oh.
Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the
Can I jump
number
off?
3 on a keypad over and over.
Oh,
was
wait,
unloved.
seriously?
Uninteresting, he was a
Okay,
failure.
that's funny.
And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously.
Oh, and this
There
is
would
no
be
longer
no
existing. It's
connection,
just a small
no
box.
deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less
3.
and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference.
Oh, this is just
No more
sad.
games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends.
Okay, this is just extremely sad.
Having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Oh.
This is just sad. That was just extremely sad.
That's the sadly parable.
What a sad ending. Wait, what was that? There was a text that appeared, but the djinn just immediately disappeared.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Where are we going today? The bucket asked.
To hell.
Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be... Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Yay!
And entered the door on his left.
Gerald!
Gerald.
The specific chair is Gerald.
Oh, Gerald doesn't have a balloon, and that chair gets 3. I mean 2.
This is Gerald's kids.
Oh.
Now let me think.
Gerald.
Let me think on what to do.
Gerald.
I am
This was
going
not the
to...
correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was.
I'm going to
Had the
try
bucket
something
turned
out.
out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No.
Said the
I had
bucket.
only one more
Don't go to the
idea on
meeting
how to
room.
possibly
Go
get
somewhere
down.
else.
Since
The
that didn't
cargo
work.
lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley
No.
chose not. But Stanley feared that any path he walked might
I
lead
just
to the
decided,
separation
nah.
of himself and the bucket,
Yep.
his dearest friend.
I don't want to bring the
So he
bucket.
threw himself to his death, that
Reckon
they
we'll
might.
be able to get that, what's it called? The
All of his co-workers were gone.
collectible
What could
in
it
the
mean?
cargo room.
Stanley decided to go to the
I
meeting
could get
room.
that.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
But why?
Well, yeah, he did promise nothing.
I never
What?
said I would actually
Stanley
get
came
them.
to a set of 2 open doors. This was
Yeah.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley
What's
knew
with
it
all these
perfectly
landscape
well.
or
Perhaps he wanted to
ocean
stop by the
photos?
employee lounge first, just to admire it.
See, this is C
The lounge
Incorporated.
was sublime, a work of art. What was it but eager to get back to business? Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Wait, I just realized.
It's not the first open door anymore, bruh. This
Stanley was
is.
so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
No, I had a single idea.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not.
But they
trusting
added
you,
that.
Really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
I just want to have a
Someone
small
you've
box to run around in safely.
Please.
So I'm gonna
Stop
pull the
trying to make
cord on the
every
phone so
decision
that he
by
puts up the
yourself.
fence.
Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Rain.
That's her, Stanley. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone?
Well, this is gonna be a little
That wasn't
while.
supposed to be a choice.
Okay.
How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly.
So
I
what do you
didn't
want to
know
do in the
that was
meantime?
possible. Let me double check.
Let's tell the truth.
No, it's definitely here.
Well,
Clear.
I'm just gonna quickly, So, what you want to talk about?
Let's tell jokes. Why did the chicken cross the road?
To get to the other.
To get to the other side. I'm Johnny with the funny.
How dare you? You did not give a brief synopsis,
Oh,
and
yeah,
you
I
did not
do
take
it.
at least 16 seconds, but not more than 18 seconds.
I'm so sorry, Mimic. I did not give a brief synopsis of the
And you
joke.
did not instruct me exactly when to joke, or give me a little, or give me a fill-in or quiz thingy on the joke to make sure I was paying attention with multiple repeated questions.
Okay, I will give you a quiz on the joke. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Diablo sauce.
Correct. What animal tried to cross the road?
Diablo sauce.
Correct. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Choice. Oh wait, is the narrator for this muted too? I didn't realize narrator meant all narration. I thought it meant the narrator.
This music's actually quite a vibe.
Imagine what you think with just looking at this. I'm like, oops, I accidentally turned my pet into a hamburger. Ah, quick maths.
My goodness.
I mean, they didn't say what to practice.
Oh yeah, they didn't.
It just
So,
said
like,
practice and the number 8. 40.
8.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of random numbers and thoughts in space. And that person's dead. And they're smoking.
They're smoking thoughts.
No, those aren't thoughts. Those are just clouds. Oh, there I am.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a random smiling dude. Infield exercise?
Well, that
Welcome
was good.
back.
That was
You
fun.
may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted the box.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
You don't say. Oh! Mimic, you beat it. Oh!
I
My
told you
goodness.
I manage it. Time to go to heaven. This is truly nice.
If I hit that beats to 5 too.
So what do you think of down here?
I think it's very nice.
Okay, because this is all that's down here. I'm pretty sure. Because there's no doorknob or door handle.
Oh, what this one? Never mind.
The only exit, I was doing air quotes, is B. Otherwise known as slightly flattened 8. And it's just heaven. And extremely blinding. Anyway, so we've achieved the only goals we actually set at the beginning.
To do something
I
cool.
can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought.
What co-workers?
How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing?
What co-workers?
The bucket and balloons, of course.
No matter how
Yes.
hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Still, where did the new content door go?
This is the new content, Mimic.
No, no. But where'd the door go? Why would they remove the new content door?
Well, everything's already been demonstrated and given to you.
But still.
Quiet ambience.
Wait, I just realized. He promised us an epilogue. I've seen none of that already. In fact, I haven't even seen the infinite hole.
Yeah.
Or the jump circle.
Oh, well, technically you did get to jump afterwards, but still, where's the jump circle? We just had a jump office, and it was limited.
Actually, the jump circle thing was a bug because I was inside the circle and I restarted. So it never counted me as leaving the circle. You know what? Because I'm so upset with this epilogue thing. I quit.
Oh, that was fun.
I don't know if you're in a loop. Anyway, it's time to play again.
Oh, that was incredible.
Yeah.
What if there was an epilogue, but it only unlocked after you got every ending and every collectible and every attribute note?
Well, wait, also on this, didn't he say put my favorite time in?
Yeah, he did. So you can put your favorite time in. Well done, Mr. Drimmick Mip.
I like 1:32 a.m.
1:32 a.m. is pretty cool.
Yep. No, it's not 1:32 a.m. Yes, I played the Stanley Parable before. How am I supposed to? It's a decently inaccurate. Yeah, I did play it yesterday. Okay. Oh, more sliders.
More sliders?
Shouldn't be too hard. Next time you boot up the game, I want to boot up. Let's boot up the game again. I wanted to mess with the more sliders.
Oh, I love sliders.
There's nobody who doesn't love sliders.
Who doesn't love sliders?
Yeah, like, really.
If you don't love sliders, are you really human?
Who says anyone's human? Oh, it's this one. Until the computer is barely visible. There. Until the dog and the cat are friends.
Oh, dog!
Look at this. Oh.
Mimicdrip, notorious friend separator.
Until the number 5 becomes the number 9.
Nope.
Now it needs to be a PDF.
Nice. Wait, that might be the number 9, but I also saw another
No, that's not
9.
the number 9. That's the word 9 spoken. And this is sus.
Oh.
Look at it properly.
I see it. Also, I saw the number 9.
I know, I saw it too. I just wanted to see what the rest was.
Yeah, I also saw it in Roman numerals.
Okay.
Please suggest the
Please
slider.
suggest the slider until you stop adjusting the slider.
Man, I love sliders. They're much better than multiple choice settings.
Okay.
I like Scrumtush.
I also like Scrumtush.
See, we're not too far apart, are we? Please don't adjust the... No. Do you know what time it... No.
No, I do not. I have a terrible sense of time. No, because I have a terrible sense of time. No. I have never told you anything about myself. Hell. No. No. Yes.
Oh, well, let's completely ignore that.
What happens if I do it again?
Damn, I love the Stanley Parable 2. Do you know why I love the Stanley Parable 2? The colour red.
Boring gray sections of the chart. Cool red section of the chart. Oh, what time is it? Does anyone truly oh my god, they're having an existential crisis. Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Sure, I've adjusted all of the game settings to your exact specification, but who hasn't? It's just what I do, like a day job. And now the job's over. There's no more information for me to gather. I collected all the data on you that I can, and I still don't really know you, and you don't know me. And neither of us know what time it is. I guess some settings are just unsettable. If I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't have to do anything with this game anyway. It doesn't do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts the next time, but that's okay. Video games were meant to be played alone. You like being alone, don't you? That's maybe the only information I really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave.
Wait, you like being alone?
Yeah, they said that. That's the only information I learned about you. I am literally with another person at this exact moment.
You like being alone, don't you? Yes. Alright, peace then.
Okay. There's still one more setting that I need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. It's not really in my job description, but okay. Perhaps you'll see me again if you can find me. Talk soon.
Wait, so Mimic, you like being alone?
No, not really. Okay, now I want to start again. He said he won't be there. I just need to make sure.
Make sure what?
He said he won't be there. I need to make sure. Or see if he is there. No, he's not.
But the time doesn't have anything to do with the game. What about the fact that it can time that you played for the entire duration of a Tuesday?
That's not the time. It can tell what the day is.
Mm-hmm. That's the time.
You know what? I'm gonna collect those thingies. That'll be a goal. It's something we can actually set up as a goal.
Yeah, you got down to the cargo floor, so now you need to collect the collectors.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
It could mean that I'm annoying and they laughed.
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
Shut up.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
The only one we know is the too far at least.
Actually, I know the location of, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, I think.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Said stairs.
Another
So I
miniature
figured this
Stanley
one out.
figurine. This,
Yeah.
you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs.
Mini stands.
What about Stanlerines?
I like
Yes,
Stanlerines.
I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Stanlerines are my favourite part of the Stanley collectible.
Yeah, the fact you get no reward for them.
Yeah, I like to get no reward for collecting mini stands.
I'm pretty sure I saw one in here. Did I already get it? I'm guessing I already got it. Yeah. Okay, and there's also the one that was...
The executive bathroom.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an enemy, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly...
I saw one here before we went down the first time.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
We need to get the one in the cargo.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What could it be?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way
I'm pretty
to the
sure I
meeting
figured
room,
out
and Stanley knew
where
it perfectly well.
another one
Perhaps
is.
he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Because there's hints in the meeting room you saw, right?
To get back to business,
Oh, yeah.
Stanley took the first
And one
open
said,
door.
in some place that is both red and blue. So I'm pretty sure I know where that is.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the
Oh, wait,
Stanlerines.
so the next
Very
one is the
soon,
last
you'll
one.
collect the last one, and then the first
we've
number
nearly
will
collected all
equal
the
the second
Fictor-
number, and
Fictor
that will be
Stanlerines.
it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler Anarines. None of us
Figler
can.
Anarines? I don't like that name.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
That I'm an
Stanley
annoying
decided
person
to
and
go to the
nobody
meeting
likes
room.
me. I've already
Perhaps
said
he
this
had simply
before.
missed a memo.
Well, the shadow was weird. Well, the lack of shadow.
When Stanley came to a set of 2
No.
open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
It's not open though. Oh, there's this one.
Stanley was so bad at
Or
following
this one.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yes.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
Actually,
I'm
now
not
that I'm
sure
facing this
you
way,
really are.
that's the first open door on my
I realize
left.
that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero
Yeah.
consideration for others?
Yes,
Are you
in
that
fact.
convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yes.
Why? I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help
I
you,
should
to
put
show
the
you
bucket
something
here.
beautiful. Look, let me prove it.
No,
Let me
it
prove
said no
that I'm
buckets
on
past
your
this point, so I'm pretty sure I
side.
couldn't
Give
get
me a
it in
chance.
here.
Now listen
Oh.
carefully. And there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor
Why
this
is he
moment,
getting
Stanley.
even worse
This
names?
is a real accomplishment. This is
I
doing
love
something
Stiggly
just for
Wiggly.
the sake of doing it. where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here, and now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
And what if you actually do go in the red door?
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always try...
Nope, that's a loop. I don't do loops. I say as I'm stuck in a time loop.
I don't do loops. Stanley 2022.
Okay.
Well, at least we got the pencil sharpeners. Man, I'm sad there's no more Stiggly Wigglies.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's just...
What is back there? Wait, is that the bricks? That reminds me of the...
Since you nabbed every
Wait, the only place there was bricks was the memory zone.
The most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
Oh wait, is that a pillar?
I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory?
Do it!
I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Oh, the Stiggly Wigglies. The Stanleys.
Now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles.
I knew it. That's a reward.
No, this isn't a reward. This is him rewarding himself.
Okay.
And now remembering when I broke my ankle.
Yep.
Here's where it all began.
Oh yeah.
First collectible. Back then we had no idea of how many of them we'd find.
A 6.
It said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
What? It's like in Duck Hunt when it says round 4 out of 3.
In the executive bathroom.
Was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Like how I climbed on top of the toilet?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand? Can you remember?
Pretty sure this one.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here, under the stairs. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything. Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figgly in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
What?
Is that an apple?
Yes.
This was the 5th mini stand, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Oh, yes!
I wonder if this actually changes depending on which one you find 5th.
What's back there?
Or is it always just this one, no matter when you find... Well, it says mini stand number 5.
Pretty sure we got number 5 and number 6. Oh, I love the windows.
You found it near the cargo lift. Thanks for watching. Bruh. Directed by the narrator, edited by the narrator, music by the narrator, produced by the narrator, best boy the narrator, starring Stanley. See the narrator.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
God, I can't walk off. I didn't even realize that. Oh yeah, the doors.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others.
It happened a few minutes
Who
ago.
can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected.
Yep, you said,
It
yep,
was
we're
a
done.
moment unlike
And you
any
didn't
other.
congratulate me. Because
Except
no
for the other
rewards.
moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
What's this?
Yeah, what is that?
You're in the present.
And then
Oh.
there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left
Wait, it's
to
the
do
past.
but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Oh,
Okay.
bye-bye, memory zone.
No.
Oh.
I'm
Did
not
he just
done.
interrupt the
I'm not
loading?
ready to move on. Stop the
What
loading
happened?
screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
It's gonna be different.
Also because screw you, I'm walking through the blue door.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more. And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched? Yes, I love that video.
It's like a jump scare in a horror game.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
Yeah.
It's like a Apple Cathedral.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had
I
been
don't even know
any
if that
kind
has
of
any
reward
relevance.
For finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
We sure are gathering a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, the bathroom.
Hey, the bathroom.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past
Oh, wait,
is truly
can
a
I not climb on the
wonderful
toilet
thing.
anymore?
Why does anyone ever choose to
Oh.
leave it? Keep going.
Oh, hey.
There it is.
Hey, and I'm fully on top of the toilet.
This is it. The very first one we found.
Yeah,
in
this
the
was really
exhibit where
creepy.
I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Oh.
Yeah, collectibles. Entire area.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were.
There's still
originally
no
sold.
jumps.
I remember hating
Not even
it.
our memory.
But time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have
Gerald!
forgotten that? A classic
Yeah.
memory, this one.
Who cares about the two doors?
And before
Gerald.
everything else, there was your office.
And the doors. No, not door. The
Is
chair
there
still
anything
walk.
else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something
No.
I feel I can remember. I can remember.
What?
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time.
Is he gonna get rid of Stanley?
I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay,
If you just
here we
deleted
go.
the game,
This
uninstalled the game
is
from
the
Steam.
story of a man named
Oh, that
Stanley.
name's Stanley.
No, we're not narrator. So that wasn't. I was about to say that was intense, but I've noticed a new button in our menu.
There's an epilogue. Mimic, you did what you promised. There was an epilogue.
There's an epilogue. It does not make sense. We aren't the narrator. Many, many years later.
Oh, you already went there after the skip button. Happened. Like a place to journey. No!
I've just been surviving.
This is funny. It's so terrible.
The ruins of this old Stanley parable. What happens after it all? Kept walking for all eternity. Why is this? Oh my god, it's the memories up. Is that? Oh my god, is that what I think it is?
Is that Gerald?
No, that's the escape pod.
Looks like a mirage.
Wait, is that the escape pod we launched the bucket in?
Perhaps.
Hold on, hold on. Hold on.
Oh, I know it is!
We got the bucket.
The bucket is completely fine. It's been trapped in the escape
And so
pod,
here's the memory zone. It's gone. It's destroyed.
So is the narrator.
Huh?
So is the narrator.
This is long past the narrator.
Yeah.
There's some sort of generator. And it's powering. Oh, the Stanley Parable 2. This is so far in the future that the Stanley Parable 2 has the official.
and part of the memory zone.
So this is a review. Review the Stanley Parable 2. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. Where the first game teamed with originality, Stanley Parable 2 is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fan base. Rather than expand on what made the second veers off an infinitely deep hole. Who cares? Where are the new endings? Like, what about the eventual instead?
Wait,
Oh,
Mimic?
I must say I found the bucket quite comfortable.
Wait, Mimic, go back to the review.
Wait, what?
Oh, Cat.
What?
Yeah, look, it's Cookie 9. The person
Cookie
that left the
9's
negative-
blog. Isn't that the jerk who left the negative review before?
Yeah. Oh.
Is that what I think it is?
Nick. Yes. Jim.
No more spin-offs, no more sequels. So preserve the artistic integrity of the original game. They're not going to make any more. And more gym buttons. Well, more name buttons.
Jim.
Did they seriously never perfect any of these?
Jim.
Just like never perfecting any of these?
This isn't the memory zone. This is the memory cave.
Stanley.
They perfected one.
You just
Look at this.
Yeah.
No, it's
Stanley.
one of them says Stanley.
Stanley. It brings a tear to my
All the
eye.
figurines.
I think you nearly missed a few.
26.
Wait, Gerald!
Gerald? Gerald!
Gerald survived!
I don't think the person who's chatting can tell that about improper fractions by a computer. Oh, am I actually sitting down at the computer? Oh! It's them! Oh my god! Look!
Oh my god, it's the guy from the
Hello again, it's nice to see you.
Hello,
But it's
too.
terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense. The Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together, we are going to make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we do is change the number in the game's title screen. And we also need a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and gaudy. Go ahead. Try combining random words together to make a new title for a game.
Stanley's Big Hole.
Stanley's Big Paper Jam.
The original hole, the original printed jam, Stanley's Big Hole. know, I really enjoyed the Stanley Parable 2, so I hope you can change it back from the Stanley Parable 3 to the Stanley Parable 2.
I'm pretty sure you can't.
Wait, what?
I'm pretty sure you can't.
Oh.
Okay, so I've determined that this is currently the best title.
Honestly, I suggest Stanley's Big Hole.
Yeah, but they never actually put the infinite hole in there.
I suppose you're right.
Yeah, Revenge of the Printer Jam. We'll just, every time you restart the game, we'll just advance the number by 1 and pick a new subtitle. That way the Stanley Parable will never end. Nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It'll just be the same content recycled again and again with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it. Oh, so we can say no.
I don't think we should. I want to keep the Stanley Parable 2. It's sacred. Everyone.
But what if we got to what if we did the Stanley Parable 8?
Oh, maybe, but sequels are sacred. Dark Souls 2, Portal 2, Little Big Planet 2, Sonic 2.
But what about all the third games?
Also,
really quickly.
Okay.
So do you think we should do it or not?
Sequels are sacred. I don't think so.
Let's do it. That's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I'm noticing that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken achievement, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Alright, there. The achievement machine is all fixed. He did it so quickly. You see, I'm on your side. We're in this together. Let's keep this train rolling. The Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral in on itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Great. There's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time!
Yeah! Can I have a say in this?
I have to actually enter the current time.
Oh.
Our times are different.
Yeah.
Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. It's the Stanley Parable 3, Revenge of the Printer Jam. Wow.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
But I still want to go with sequels or sequels.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Number 3 is
What
pretty
could
cool.
it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh my god. You see that?
What?
The door's cracked open. That means the new content door is back.
The embrace of an old friend. A weathered... Oh, new content? What does that mean? New
Oh wait,
content?
back to then. Oh, this isn't new content. This is just new content. Wait, will it have new jumps?
Oh? We
It,
have new jobs.
or wouldn't he be a bit confused on why it doesn't have any jumps? Since he doesn't know about the new content stuff, weirdly.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra
I'm
Deluxe.
not playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. What are you talking
the Stanley
about?
Parable was a video game
I'm
released
I'm playing the
in
Stanley
2013
Parable 3,
on home
Revenge of the
computers.
Paper Jam.
Printer Jam.
After receiving critical and
Okay,
commercial
Printer
success,
Jam.
it was expanded
Under
upon
the
in
Printer Jam.
2022.
A paper jam is a type of print.
Ultra Deluxe.
A paper jam is a
That
type
game
of printer
is for
jam.
consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe
Wait,
features
I
exciting
just realized.
new content that
What if I
broadens
bring the
and
bucket
expands
to the
world of
bucket?
Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Because if the demonstration shows up, then I can find the bucket there.
Step inside
What if I bring
and see
the
what
bucket
thrilling
to
new
the
adventures
bucket?
await in the Stanley Parable. Ultra Deluxe.
Yeah, what if I bring
Oh, well,
this bucket
sounds
to the
delightful.
demonstration bucket?
I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
You mean the number 3 content?
Wait, Stanley. I've just now realized that bucket you're holding. It's the bucket I've been working on for my sequel. How did you get your hands on it?
Oh.
Isn't this the preview to the sequel? How do you have the bucket already?
Oh.
This makes no sense at all.
Oh, he's confused.
Hold
d-
on. Did I already show you my ideas for the sequel? I don't remember doing that at all. You're seeing things all out of order.
And now he'll see the.
All right, let's see.
And now
it.
he'll see the 0.
The jump circle?
Can't even jump.
So sad.
The infinite hole? The giant door? Did you see them already?
Giant
Stanley,
door?
None of them are ready yet. I'm still developing them. They're not even close to finished. How did they look? When you saw them, were they captivating? Were they exciting? Did they fulfill on the promise of everything that a sequel to Stanley Parable could possibly be? Had I figured out how the hell to make a sequel to this game?
He's so confused.
I told you, Mimic. Sequel's a secret. You should have kept it with
No, he's so confused
If you're
because
still carrying
he
the bucket
doesn't
around
remember
with
ever
you,
showing me any
if
of
the bucket
this.
is interesting
Yeah, I
to you,
know,
that
but
means
you
I
got it
must have made
early.
it correctly.
It's a bit buggy,
Yes.
and
You
you didn't even
carrying the
have.
bucket with you everywhere is exactly what I set out to accomplish. The bucket is the exciting and captivating new content that I promised. I did. I win. I made a sequel to the Stanley Parable. Yes, the sign is correct. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Thank you for taking the bucket everywhere with you, clinging tightly to the bucket, never letting it go. It means I've won. It means I am victorious over the gamers. It is a sweet salve of victory on my soul. Thank you for enjoying the new content. The bucket is the Stanley Parable now. They are one and the same. There is no Stanley Parable without the bucket.
I think I got on the chair.
win,
I got on the
win,
chair.
I win, I win, I win,
Hey.
I win, I win.
He's so excited.
I win, I win.
Just because I brought the bucket with me.
Dear me, where did all the bumpscosity go?
Wait, what?
Quite unnerving in here with all of it gone.
Wait, why is Bumps? Oh,
I'm pretty sure I had it set to 0. Yeah, I had it set to 0. It's showing 100 was in here. There you go. Darn bumpscosity hog.
The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things.
When will we get the new content? Do I have to go through without the
Well,
bucket?
I'm quite feeling the lack of bumpscosity in here. Only a single bump's got it. Still,
Bump's
it'll
got
have
it.
to do.
Oh wait, return to the Stanley Parable 2 Expo Hall.
Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed.
Okay, let's go.
you know, while we wait, can I ask you something?
Sure.
Have you listened to your favorite Martian's new music?
I don't actually know if I have.
Oh, okay.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this Ultra Deluxe version has turned out to be.
I'm already
The
holding the
original
bucket
Stanley
from the
Parable was
2.
a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this Ultra Deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce...
Now we know I was facing the wrong way.
The Stanley Parable 2.
And I'm still facing the wrong way. Good.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look
We're
at some
already
of
on
the
the Stanley
features
Parable
I've been
3.
developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts,
Just wait till we're on the Stanley Parable 78.
Spring up around them. Here we are.
Now here's what I want to do.
Some of the new features. Wait, there are 2 buckets here. How did you get a second bucket? Oh no, the warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great, so intoxicatingly wonderful. With 2 buckets, there's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me? Stanley! Oh, thank God, I didn't lose you. Stanley, the power of 2 buckets was too much. I had to destroy both of them.
What?
I know how much the bucket meant to you.
I'm leaving.
Risk. I hope one day
I don't forgive you.
Forgive me.
Oh hey, free, new, and easy achievement. It just works.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
I got it.
As you can see, the machine is not working yet since... What? Wait. What in the holy hell is going on? You got the achievement? Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched? Oh, God. Composure? Composure.
Yeah, because he doesn't know about the startup sequence that has that.
As I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley
Because the dude said he
Parable
fixed
2.
the achievement.
Breathe. Just breathe.
And now the narrator's freaking out.
What else?
Mimic.
What other exhibits haven't we
We
seen
could
yet?
have called the Stanley Parable 3 Beyond Ice Cream or Curse of the Apple. But no, I like, what have we called it?
No, we couldn't. There was a limited selection. And it's different every time. Like the fact even the QR code has a tiny 2. Okay, so we've been doing the Stanley Parable for an hour. Why is this specific 2 just like placed on there?
Sweet.
Oh wait. Would I be able to switch what balloons we have?
Maybe.
Wanna try?
Will we be able to have... Yeah, sure. Will we be able to have both, maybe?
Would we be able to have
I'll
Get
be
Well
honest,
Someday?
I haven't yet decided on this one.
Yeah.
I think that in
Yeah,
the
I
new
want the Get
version,
Well
the
Someday.
office could use a bit of
I like
Yeah.
decoration, like
Yeah, I mean,
balloons.
I like
But I'm
the
undecided on
happy
Get Well
happy
Someday
12th birthday,
and Happy 12th
Stephanie's.
birthday. Which would you go
I like
with?
this one at first, but I'm now leaning towards the Get Well
You
Someday.
know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Well, let's see. Hey!
All of his co-workers were
Get Well
gone.
Someday!
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It will someday.
It takes
Oh, wait,
about
I
a
just
few
had an
minutes to
idea.
carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded onward. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his
I had
left.
an idea.
Still no one was here.
This is no
Stanley needed the
longer a
bucket's warmth
figurine
and comfort
searching
now more
area.
than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Or
Was
by
it the
having
bucket
played this
knew
enough.
all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
You know, what if we just did like a Minecraft style build with a security craft mod, and like there would be a hint for a passcode, and the only hint was that it wasn't it had like a Stanley Parable style building.
Maybe.
I'm not going back to the QR code right now.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right.
Yeah, the person in the chat
bucket
is
is here for you,
demanding
Stanley.
we go back to the
Everything
QR
will
code.
be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Yeah, I wanted to try this with the bucket.
But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket,
Wait, what?
which safely cushioned his fall. Now, what to do next? Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and
Wait, what?
relaxed. It
Oh, hey, we have
wasn't
a
so bad
couch.
down here. A bit cold, perhaps.
Wait, we also installed flooring.
After some time had gone by,
Ah.
they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis. But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it
Yeah.
really started to
Really feels like
at
home.
In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never
This is
gotten
fun.
to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending.
But what if I don't
This
want to?
made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Now I'm going to try to bring the bucket to the no
How
bucket
wonderful.
sign.
Stanley was alone. Finally.
What do you
This
think
is
will
great.
happen?
Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace. Protective, yet delicate. Assertive, yet
Hello?
compassionate. Stanley clutched the bucket
You
tightly
have
to his
to
chest and
briefly leave
entered
soon.
This was not
Huh?
the correct way to the meeting room.
I have to
But
briefly
Stanley
leave
had
soon.
felt the bucket calling
I
to
will
him,
be back
telling
soon.
him that the
Well,
employee lounge
Well,
was
could we
simply the
quickly
place
do
to
the
be.
thing where I go
And
to
here
the
it was. Had
place
the bucket turned
with
out to
the
be correct? Was this no?
yeah, the
Never mind.
no
The
buckets
bucket
past
was
this point
wrong.
sign?
Stanley
sure.
took the door
I
on his
really like
left
the
to go back to the meeting room.
this little room at the bottom
Hey.
of the mind control
Said the
facility.
bucket.
Don't
The
go to
little
the meeting
what?
room. Go somewhere else.
The,
The cargo
the
lift, yes.
place they
Go
made.
there. Good.
Hold on. What?
The place they made at the bottom of the mind control facility.
Said the bucket.
Yeah, that was
Now
really
ride the
nice.
lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Okay. Now let's see. No bucket
stop.
past this point?
Look there on the wall. You see?
Yeah, I
There's
see
a sign
it.
right there. It says no bucket.
Which is why I was
past
going to
this
sit
point.
right here.
Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually
What's a
don't
bucket?
know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness. I think we have to
The
do
ladders.
something about
See,
it. This
not a
misunderstanding
step.
could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is.
Do not
and
stand on this
isn't
side of the
a
fence, okay.
bucket. Please,
Oh.
step in here for a moment.
What is here? Is this
Now
a
then,
bucket?
I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and
We'll
you'll
be back
tell me whether or
in
not the thing I'm showing you
minutes.
is a
And
bucket.
what?
Simply
In a
enough,
few
right?
minutes.
This should tell us everything we'll
Okay,
ever need to
I
know
guess I'll
about
just
what
wait here.
is or is not
Yep.
a bucket. Okay, let's begin.
And we will enter the pause stage. It just has some pictures. In fact, I'm not ending. This is just a break to wait for the other person to come back. Yes, I do have a YouTube. It actually has all the old videos. Well, most of them. Also, you put it like this. But yes, I do. If you want, I can link it. Does not yet have the well, as of this, it does not have the Stanley Parable stuff on it. Yes, it is just Mimicdrip. Here. There's a link. Hmm. So I realize waiting can be kind of boring. I should probably have like a different like slideshow thing.
Alright, we're back.
Yep, back.
I wonder, is it a bucket?
Is it a bucket? Let's see. Is this a bucket? Hologram. It's a hologram.
A hologram.
I can tell because of the reflections.
It is a hologram of a
Yes,
bucket,
knew it.
not an actual bucket.
I can tell from the reflections. I'm just trying to analyze the very subtle details.
Item 2.
I learned this from watching Cake or Fake.
Oh, you watched that too.
That seems too layered to be a bucket. Yeah, if I compare this, which is a bucket, to that, yeah, that's too pale and layered. Kind of like plastic from... It's 3D printed. No, it's not a bucket.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
We're getting this.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Yeah, it's a bucket.
Correct. This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket?
No, that's not a bucket.
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you.
Yeah.
Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one. Is this a bucket?
Well, duh, it is.
Correct. This is a bucket.
Damn, that was a hard one.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Trick question. There doesn't seem to be a trick question button. What do I do? There's not a trick I'm just gonna say yes, but there doesn't seem to be a trick question button.
Trick question.
Knew it!
Both. Gotcha.
There was no trick question button!
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
That's not a bucket.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true.
Negative.
Unless... Is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
No.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago, I could answer
I've
these
been able to
questions with
perfectly
confidence.
tell each and every
Now
one of
I'm
them.
somewhat adrift. Do
Literally,
anyone know what a bucket is?
I could just analyze them to the smallest detail.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry.
So, but I
I'm going to
got all of
erase
them
the
right.
buckets from the game entirely.
Wait, he's erasing all buckets? No. Where'd everything go?
What happened? Is everything gone?
Everything was a bucket?
Disappear. Wait, was
Everything was a bucket.
Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my god, I had no idea.
Seriously.
How could... Except me.
Hey,
I'm not a
were you a
after
bucket?
all. And you, Stanley, you're still here.
Yeah.
I guess you
not
were a bucket. You're
either.
gone.
Oh, this is
Darn.
wonderful.
I'm still here.
Oh, okay, I guess you weren't a bucket.
Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the
Because
fact
if I
that we
go
haven't
away,
got a
you
game.
go away.
So
No,
tell you what,
it's only the other way
reset
around.
everything, and we'll put back all of the buckets.
Oh yeah, I
okay?
see.
And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what
Not
that
everything is a
information might do to
bucket.
a person. All right,
But yeah,
here we go.
totally.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes?
Hmm.
Days? Centuries? Did
What
something
else can you
crucial
think of
happen
doing?
while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now
Oh,
on.
Wait, what was that? There was a person walking there.
What's that?
Yes, I just saw a person walking there. As I would say, or as some people would say, clip that. Totally clip that.
Unclip that. Clip. Mimicdrip, I clipped that.
You did?
Yep, I clipped that.
Did you actually?
Yep. I'm looking at it right now. Oh, I saw it!
Yeah, there was another person going by. That was
And
wait, that was the Stanley that was doing the escape pod ending.
oh. Alright. Name it. Mimicdrip.
Mimicdrip finds no, Mimicdrip not alone in this world.
Not
Or-
alone in this.
Or sees the person for the first time in years. That would be funny.
Okay.
I think we need to do a bucket ending.
Stanley's bucket. The only co-worker he would ever truly need.
Okay. So, what do we do next?
There we go. Mimicdrip sees a person for the first time in years. Clipped by Jarvistoasty. I got the clip, I'll send it to you. There we go. https://clips.twitch.tv. Beautiful, interesting pots, Kevin Turtle.
It's already in the popular clips. I can just watch it.
What? It's a...
Yeah, when I said clip that, they just did. Like,
Turned, he made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
yep. Wait, what was that? Yeah. They already clipped it. They already clipped it. They already clipped it. Oh, and now it's not unmuted, so it's looping. I was looping back and forth. Oh, apparently the stream from yesterday got 36 views.
Wow.
Whereas my Detroit Become Human thing got 2.
I guess
And
if
before
you
that
put-
was 6. And before that was 10.
Ooh.
My last
Yes.
Minecraft thing got 3 and 2. So the most popular thing has been the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe thing. Now I don't want to actually go to the QR code because I'm pretty sure I already checked out what was on it.
Well,
It was a lengthy video on sequels.
yeah, I saw it. See, sequels are sacred. Even Stanley Parable agrees.
So what kind of ending are we gonna try and get with the bucket?
I think we should get the insanity ending.
Would it still be the insanity ending?
Maybe you won't go insane with the bucket.
Is there any others? Because I'm having... Is there any other endings you actually know how to get to?
I'm not sure.
Also, I don't know the exact link to it. You could just... I guess you could just look it up. Well, that'd be a bit difficult, but...
Stanley Percival endings. Wait, no.
Stanley Percival? Also, why are you... No, I wasn't meaning you look it up.
Oh.
I was meaning... someone was trying to figure out what the QR code said.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Now, the broom closet ending. That's my favourite ending.
I know your name is Joy.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it?
Yes, I can.
The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley,
Dang.
I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments.
Bad.
Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
Talk. I'm letting you have it.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go.
Hey,
There.
property of
Now
Stanley.
it's settled. No more debate,
Yeah.
no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things. All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see? I
Hey.
feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker. You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Wait, hold on. Launch option. You know what? No. No. I wonder. Could we get to the Stanley Parable 4?
Yes! The Stanley Percival 4.
Percival.
Yeah, you know, that I accidentally said instead of Stanley Parable.
Mm.
Well, apparently the special ending, if you actually play the baby game that
Yeah, I knew about that. Yeah, I absolutely knew about that if you play it for 4 hours. Hmm. I'm gonna quickly change the launch options for no apparent reason. Just no reason.
Did you know there's a hidden ending in Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe? I mean Stanley Parable 3 Revenge of the Printer Gem.
Hmm. The let's see. Hmm. Lord of the Co-workers. Oh, that's interesting. Also creepy. Huh. Well, do you want to do more, or has that been good?
Hmm.
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 Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm.
What if we try to get the insanity ending? Nah, let's get the ending where you play the baby game for 4 hours. In what way?
Well, let's just actually do the intended ending
Didn't we already do that?
with the bucket.
This is the story
With the bucket. And afterwards, let's not press off on the mind control button, but on.
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Who said
Stanley
I was going
decided
to
go to the meeting room.
Hey, look, I
Perhaps,
got stickers
is
down.
Stanley without the bucket
Yay.
really Stanley at all? No, surely not.
Why can't I go that way?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
You ready?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Oh, I've already been going.
The correct code by sheer luck.
I can't see your screen.
Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Oh, I forgot to reshare the screen.
Yes, this is.
I've already gotten to the boss's office. I'm speedrunning. Oh wait, maybe I can get the speedrun achievement.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Oh wait, did I remember to actually? I don't think I might not have remembered to actually fix it on the stream.
The lights rose.
Just
on
maybe.
An enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place
Well,
hold?
now I did.
Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
If I didn't, then sorry. Well, I'm at this point now. You've seen it all before.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently,
No, the
reassuring
poor
it
bucket.
that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
Yeah.
These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Feeble?
No! He screamed into the bucket.
Into the
He
bucket.
couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control.
Yeah, I just
never.
took the bucket like the bucket I have right
His
next to
one
me and went,
friend in the entire
no!
world. At this point, he could trust
No!
Yeah, I actually literally have a bucket right next to me and it's full of spoons.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this... Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere
This seems kind of the same.
Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door.
Was this
The
always
bucket
here?
wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country.
What?
Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end.
What?
True, it
What was
wasn't
any of
simple life
this?
they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support.
Wait, what? But Stanley wanted to sneeze in every
What was
country.
happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
Hello?
An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty.
Stanley, throw the bucket
Until finally
over.
the truth hit Stanley square in the face.
Hold on.
This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself,
I'm throwing it,
recognized
but
the
I
incredible
don't have any
calming presence
hands.
of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, will go to any lengths not to
No.
part with the bucket.
Also, how did I get
No,
here?
no. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms.
Yeah, like there was
Not
no
while this
entrance
building has
area.
anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I?
And then he dropped the bucket over the edge on accident and never found
He
it.
was about to find out.
And that was the end.
What did you end up calling the number 4?
What do you mean?
This is...
All of his co-workers...
Well, like, it's obvious what I called it. Lord of the Co-worker. And he's stalking someone, which was a bit creepy.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes, there's 4 people.
Damn. The one where you turn on the mic.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Epic.
All of his co-workers were
Actually,
gone.
first I'm going to try and
What could it
speedrun.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
No, I legit said I was going to try and speedrun. What the narrator could shut up and I'm doing this again. Here we go. Do we have much more to actually do?
No, I don't think we do.
I'm pretty sure we haven't done the regular escape end, or a try to escape ending, or the bucket try to escape ending. I'm pretty sure we haven't done either of those. Okay, yeah, open. We all know the drill by now. Come on.
Hang on.
Trying to speed run.
Bedroom music, right?
No. Just trying to see if I can complete this in under like 4 minutes. Well, 4 minutes and 22 seconds. About.
Okay.
Let's see if I can actually do it.
Did you actually do it?
Huh?
Did
I have no clue.
Did you enjoy the speedrunning music?
I'd never heard any.
Because right next to the mic, it was playing Dream speedrunning music.
One, I told you, please don't put on any speedrunning music. Two, you have the Discord
Oh yeah, I
the
forgot
sound
about that.
thing. Yeah, but I had asked you to please not put on any. Come on, just let me out. Was that enough? Nope. That did not do it. Okay, so now to turn it on with the thing.
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps as Stanley lifted his bucket, he felt a connection to all buckets everywhere. This adventure, he decided, was for all of them. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
No, it turns out it didn't work. It was not less than 4 minutes and 22 seconds.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Didn't really set a timer for him.
Meh. Didn't really need one.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The
Darn
monitor
it.
jumped
No. Didn't want. I
and
wanted
Stanley
to go
nearly dropped the
back.
bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
I don't
These
know.
questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls.
What?
Stanley gasped
The
in
bucket.
horror.
The bucket
Had
was
this been
behind
the
it all.
bucket's plan all along?
Let's
To
show.
take over the machine and claim the power for itself?
I am
How could the bucket have
shook.
betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Oh,
Birds. Silly birds.
silly
The control
bird
buttons
sequence.
became active again.
Silly bird.
Oh my god.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another.
Oh my
and
God.
Then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world.
Wait, really?
The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along?
Silly bird.
Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands. The one who
silly
had pointed him
bird.
towards this incredible destruction.
That's evil.
Stanley and the bucket never found
So
freedom
adorable.
because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable.
Silly bird.
Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best.
Oh,
And
but,
Stanley was happy.
that was somehow the greatest. I never saw that. That was great.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others. So the thought of total solitude
The fact
was
that the
terrifying
entire
to him.
ending was
No
just
matter how
silly
hard Stanley
birds.
looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
And that's all. Yep, this
That's
is
it.
all.
That's everything. Wait, let's end the stream in front of desk 432. The pencil sharpener desk.
Why is there noise?
I don't know. Maybe it's the ventilation.
Anyways, yep. We shall end it in the nothing of boringness.
Nothing of boringness.
I bid you adieu.